In general, Sodi, actually text YT women are also fragile. We can talk about that too. Hey Daniel, you mad? Waiting for Grammy to get her ass. Oh, Sodi, he's just being homophobic. Oh, well, 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 if it isn't Michael Myers. I think the question is, why do you care so much? Michael, I hear you've been a busy boy. Yeah, Sodi, because I have a flag. Sure you are, China. Sure you are. Michael, I'm fine, but I'm wondering. You know what? No, I'll wait for your friend to show up. Oh, Medusa, let me mod you on this account. Craig, you sound fragile. Ryan, you know exactly what YT stands for. Napkin, you're the first person to actually answer the question. Because, George, YT men are fragile, that's why. I don't know, I've seen some conservative YT men in their feelings lately. Michael, Michael, Michael. Don't worry, I'll get to you. Why do y'all pretend like you don't know what YT means? It's alright, John. Grammy's taking her time. She's getting old. Don't tell her I said that. Sound it out. Pickled Ryan, why are you in denial? Michael, I don't know who Johnny is. Isaiah, nobody's raging. Pickled Ryan, why do you have a victim mentality? Let's all see, you sound fragile. Oh, Pickled Ryan, it's definitely a YT man problem. TJ, nobody's talking about the elections. Yet Nomad, here you are. It's just me. Why are you racist? It's YT. How about that? But Nathasi, you're here giving me attention. If you called me a slur, you would be the one that's fragile and you'd be proving my point. It's just me. You just used the slur in the chat. What are you talking about? Michael, I don't think you schooled anybody. Arthur Morgan, I would definitely not throw a tantrum. You're literally here throwing a tantrum over YT. Ian, you sound ridiculous. There's no such thing as a mixed look. Billy Bob, take your own advice. Then TC, why don't you go and discuss some of those issues? Why are you here? Oh, look, it's just me still using slurs. Grammy, you're not loading. Actually, there are plenty of people that agree with me. Yet, Nathalsi, you're still here. So fragile, the people in the comments. Michael, are you running away from Grammy? Mikey's, I never said I was a lesbian. Why are you so triggered by my melanin? That's weird. Right, Burr? Nathalsi, you're still here giving me attention. Michael's here. Grammy. He's in the comments.
Oh, I'm surprised he was able to take a break from the books he's been writing me all fucking day. Poor guy, he's really not gonna like it when the videos come out, is he?
Nope.
He doesn't understand it, just makes him look really bad. At least that's what everybody I've shown it to says.
Hey, Peanuts. You're giving me the attention regardless.
Michael, they've seen every single message from start to finish.
Like, what do you get out of, like, hosting a live against white men?
What?
Like, did I give you permission to
Like,
start speaking?
what do you get? Did I give you permission? Did I
Bitch,
give
this
you
is my
permission?
panel.
I think
You're lucky
I
I
think we
invited
know.
you up.
I think we know
You are
who needs to
fragile.
give the
Yeah.
permission here.
Yeah, I'm giving you permission.
All right. I
It's
think we
my
know.
space.
I think we
Yeah.
know who needs to
Yeah.
actually
Now
give the
shut the fuck
permission
up
here.
until I address
Yeah,
you.
white people are so fragile you can't insult them.
And he said it.
I just felt like doing that. I'm sorry. My fingers slipped.
Now, Nomad, introduce
You
yourself
ugly
first.
fucking fat ass hoe. Don't fucking
I'm
talk
not
to
even
me, you
fat.
fat ugly bitch. Don't
You
speak
what?
to
whiny
me.
whitey
I didn't give
bitch.
you
Whiny
permission to
whitey. Go
speak.
wash your legs.
I didn't give you permission
Go
to
wash
speak,
your
you fat
legs.
hoe.
Go wash your legs.
Nomad, can we have a
Yeah.
quick
Give you
Yeah.
conversation?
Yeah.
You
Nomad.
asked me.
I can
Nomad.
keep
You
at it.
asked.
Nomad.
Lippy
You
and
asked for
bitch.
permission.
Yeah. And what? Now he's
Nomad.
fragile. Yeah. You mad?
Nomad. You are like, just calm
Bitch.
down a hot second. Oh, bitch.
Yeah,
Do you
your
think
mama.
Do you
Bitch.
think none of us have
Go
ever been
wash your
called
legs.
that name?
Go wash your legs.
Can't you do better? Like, seriously. It's
And you
You
know
know
she's
we're hosting a
you know
live,
why don't
you
you
know
have a
she's the type that
like,
only
conversation?
showers
imagine
3 times a week.
hosting a racist
I can smell
Nomad,
you from here.
ass live.
hello. We will have a
Disgusting.
conversation with you about it. We'll
Even
actually
the
have a
comments are
conversation.
calling you fragile.
You're disgusting. That's why I
You're-
have gifts.
Okay, you're gonna have to
Bitch.
re-request, okay?
You're-
Because I want to say something,
You
and you're not
nasty.
gonna let me. So if you can't stay muted for a hot second, then I'm just gonna have to drop you, and I don't want to have to do that.
Then
'cause I
drop me.
think-
I don't give a
I
fuck.
think, well, I know
And
that's what
sexy
you
with
want. but
tasty
That's not what
bitch.
you're gonna get.
Fuck.
The reality is if you really
Disgusting.
cared, if you really
Boo
cared about white
fucking
men,
who? Boo
if you cared
fucking
about
who?
white men, you would have this conversation instead of acting like a baby. But you don't really care about white men. You instead just want to get up here and be egregious to people, if you even know what that word means.
She
'Cause
doesn't know what
basically
that word
you
means.
don't.
Have
Now,
you heard
do
of the racial
Do you really?
IQ gap?
Do you want
look-
to have the conversation,
racial
or do you
look
want
up
to
racial
continue
IQ gap and then
to
tell me
prove
if I know
your
her?
fragility? Because that's what you're showing right now, is fragility. So you can have the conversation with us like adults and we can actually talk about it, or you can continue to act like a fragile child. It's up to you. It's only making you look bad. The words that are coming out of your mouth aren't hurting anybody up
Look
on
at
this.
the number.
Nobody cares
the
about
number
the
above
numbers.
my-
Nobody. What? Because you have a 2 above your name?
Exactly.
Do you know what that 2 means? That means you got 2 whole pennies. Actually, you
Period.
got
It means
1 penny.
I'm being
You're not being
you
supported.
racist fuck.
That means somebody followed you,
You're
you
disgusting.
dumbass.
You're
It does
disgusting.
not mean you're being supported.
All of y'all
You
are
don't have, honey, you don't have thousands of coins.
you racist.
That would mean you were being supported. If you
Y'all are
really thought we
disgusting.
were racist, you would be willing to have
Y'all
the
are
conversation and educate us.
Racist
But
fuck.
the reality is that you know you're the racist, and that makes you uncomfortable. Because if you, honest to
Hosting a-
God, thought we were
hosting a live-
racist, if you thought we were racist, you would want
Am I
to
host-
educate us to make
I-
the world better. But you just want to sit up here and act like a brat. What are you, 12?
23.
Well, you don't. I heard her say she was 17. Did you hear that?
23.
Did you hear
Honestly,
that?
I wasn't listening.
I heard 17. You might want to
Pretty-
drop her.
Was on TikTok.
She said 17.
The only
something.
thing that she is doing is showing that YT women are just as fragile.
Yep.
I
Whenever
didn't
you're
even
done.
have to bring it up.
Mm-mm. Whenever you're
She's
done.
doing it for me. And the funny thing is, somebody in the chat asked, is it just YT men? And I said, no, it's YT women, and she's proving
Y'all
my
are
point.
obsessed. Obsessed with
Says
You're
the,
the
Get
one
alive.
says the filthy, pasty bitch that's
Get
up here
alive.
crying.
y'all are jealous.
You're in my
Of
space,
what?
bitch.
Jealous. You're jealous.
Yeah.
Of what?
Jealous.
You're 23.
Why would
You
I
wanna
be
be
jealous
white
of you? At
so
least the son
We
likes
need to be
me.
20
Be
The
white
again.
son doesn't
so
even
bad.
like you.
I want to be white so bad.
Nobody
Your
wants
life.
to be white. Nobody wants to
Proud
be
of who you
white.
are.
You
You don't
don't
need to
even
be-
like yourself.
Be proud. Proud of your skin.
You're
You
right.
gotta
She
scream
doesn't
just to
like
get male
herself. That's why
attention.
she's
You don't need
up
to-
here.
You don't
Like
need to
I
be
said,
jealous.
go wash your legs.
Go wash your pussy.
At least I have lips.
Ho ho ho.
Fucking hell, white folks
She
even
shut the fuck
deny
up on that one
being
because she
white.
knows she doesn't have any. We would love to let her talk, but she will not calm down so we can. We would
She's
love
fragile.
to actually have a
Now they're muting me.
conversation. Like, yeah, we are
You're
muting
muting
you.
my mic.
We are
Let me talk.
100%. We're muting you
They don't
because
wanna
of
hear
your
someone else's-
behavior.
They don't want
No.
to hear.
We want to have a conversation. We could
Then
let
let-
anybody else up here if they can
Then let me
behave. We'll have a
speak.
conversation. You're not speaking. You're acting like a child.
You're muting my.
She is a
No,
child.
your mic is
Muting my-
getting muted because of your behavior. You
Just 'cause
can't
someone's
stop talking.
right. Just 'cause-
You cannot stop talking. That's why your mic is being muted. You did not come up here and say, hey guys, what's this background about? I don't understand. Could you explain it? And we would have explained it to
I
you,
do
and
understand.
You probably would
Pretty
have gotten it. You
It's a pretty
probably you probably would
topic.
have gotten it. But instead, what you're doing is you're doing exactly what So Melanated said, and you are proving that white women are literally just as fragile as
Y'all are
white
jealous of-
men.
Jealous of white people.
There's nothing of white people to be jealous about.
Fucking hell, white people don't even want to be white.
Own. Literally.
You don't
Oh,
own shit.
yes.
Even with a 400-year head start, you
Run
still
the
don't own
world.
shit.
You don't
Jealous.
run the world. That's the
Yes, we
point.
do. Serious?
No, not really.
We don't run the world.
No,
You out here
don't.
crying
You
feminism, and here
Other
you are.
people-
Joking.
Other people
You
had to
have
build
nothing.
this country for you.
You need men to do everything
You're
for
just-
you.
Really think white people don't?
You didn't build
You
this
don't like
country on your
yourself.
own.
Af-
You didn't build it on your own. Other people did that for you.
By
And then what she'll do, she'll
That's
start
right.
crying
Them
for a
what to-
man to come and save her.
are you dull? You don't understand the concept?
There's the ageism.
Yep.
There's the ableism.
Ableism. Didn't make any sense at all.
Have you ever taken a class at all of any
No.
kind?
I'm in.
She was too busy
Apparently
getting finger
not.
blasted in the back of the shed.
If you were in my class, you would have already gotten an F.
Oh, good one.
Oh,
Y'all are.
you're so immature.
Comebacks are so good.
Nobody's trying to have comebacks with you. We literally pity you. I mean, I remember, listen, honey, I remember when I was in
Bad
my
for you.
early 20s. I remember I was
Genuinely,
very insecure and I had to be mean to other people to make myself feel better too.
Does the
I get it.
one hosting
I get it.
hosting
I'm not hosting a live. I'm not
Against
hosting
white
a
See,
live.
she's so dumb. She doesn't even know who's
Who's
hosting the
bullying?
live.
what?
Oh, boo! There we go. There we go. We're bullying her now.
Oh, now we're bullying her, even though she's the one that came up in your box and started yelling and screaming and saying nasty shit.
Am I? I didn't
You know
know.
who she reminds me of? She reminds me of that Michael Myers guy who couldn't take no earlier.
The one that's in the comments.
Yeah. The one who's been harassing me for 24 hours straight and sent me 20 messages
block
and
people, you know.
is still
Aren't you
sending me
blocked?
20 after
love
24
the
some
attention.
odd times me telling him no. That guy. If you didn't need so much attention, you wouldn't be up here. But clearly, you're
I'm
not
not
getting enough attention in your
hosting a
life.
lot. Like what?
Lots of people host lives. You're the one in the live throwing a temper tantrum. That's what you're doing. You're throwing a temper tantrum like my 7-year-old grandson does. It's pathetic.
You're pathetic.
Am I?
You disgust me.
I'm not the one in a live throwing a temper tantrum instead of having a conversation. We've asked you
Keeps getting
repeatedly.
muted. I'm
You
trying
keep
to have a
getting
conversation.
muted. Then
Your
be
white privilege will
quiet
not work
until
in
the
here,
host
child.
addresses
Everybody
you.
in the
Be
mic is
quiet.
getting muted.
No
And no,
one
it's not
cares.
everybody in the comments.
Hello, we're muting her just so everybody
Everybody follow
knows.
me.
She's being muted.
Follow
She's being muted. We're
Follow me
muting
for
her. We're muting her. We're absolutely muting her mic because she cannot behave herself. We are muting her mic. We would love nothing more than for her to stop and act like an adult so we can have an actual conversation about how harmful men are, specifically how harmful white men are. But instead, she's acting like a fragile little twat waffle.
You're obsessed with
Michael, you got muted
white people.
too.
Imagine being obsessed.
Obsessed with what?
And here you are being obsessed.
Obsessed.
Here you are being obsessed. Here you
wanna
are
be
being
white.
obsessed. Caping for white
You
men that
wish
don't
you were
even
white.
notice you. Nobody wants to be white.
Wish that you were white.
I love that the sun loves me.
You wish. Look up
You had to be taught how to wash your
IQ.
hands as an adult.
Racial IQ
That
gap.
is pathetic.
Go look it up.
That is absolutely pathetic.
Like, you still have fucking stuffed animals on your bed.
Yeah, I do.
I do not think
I
this
like
person is old enough to be up here, to be honest. Just to let you know.
Crickets.
Probably shouldn't put so much acting like this with all of your face and everything on your profile.
And then she came in
Have you heard
raging.
of racial IQ? Have you heard of the racial IQ gap?
Have you heard of science? Have you ever done research? Have you studied anything?
Included in science.
She has not studied anything.
Racial IQ.
Anything at all?
Racial IQ.
Besides your K through 12 education that does not prepare you for these conversations? Because I can guarantee you haven't taken a sociology class, and I hope when you go take that sociology class, you feel really stupid. Not a college one.
My
but if
IQ's
you
higher.
have, your teacher should be fired. And an
I
IQ
see
test.
my IQ's
to
higher
be
than yours.
clear- no, I bet you it's not, for one. And to be
It
clear,
definitely is not.
an IQ test,
It
let
is.
me be very clear, an IQ test doesn't dictate shit. In fact, as a college instructor, we don't even look at your IQ test scores. Do you know why? Because it does not matter. It doesn't mean shit in regards to if you're going to pass the class or not. Nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It is just a number that your parents have fed you to make you feel special.
You dumb.
No,
Oh,
Not
by the way,
knowing
let me
IQ.
just address something really quick.
Do you not know what an
So the-
IQ
I do.
It has nothing to do with your
I
parents.
have
We
two
actually know,
associate's
you
degrees,
don't.
a bachelor's
Slow.
degree, and a master's
don't.
degree. I
Slow.
know
You don't.
exactly what an IQ test
Evenly
is.
just
I just want to address something really quick in the comments. The people saying gift nomad, go ahead and gift her because it benefits me too.
Yeah, it helps the live out. So all it does is
And
boost it on the For
I
You
actually get
page.
commissions, so go ahead, gift her.
Don't gift.
And if we get a bingo, if you guys, can you be quiet? I want them to understand how much
Send me
money
gifts.
this. I want them to know how much money we can get off of this.
Don't
If
send
you
me
guys
gifts.
can get us, if you can get us a racist
Send me
white
any.
person, if you can get us a, God damn my finger. If you can get us a racist white person bingo, TikTok will give us $100. So please keep running your mouth, Nomad, and you all keep gifting her. Go ahead. It helps the live. It helps So Melanated, and they're going to cut me a profit too. So come on, let's go.
Ryan, why are you repeating yourself? Yes, Hornet, racist bingo. We do this all the time. People like Nomad make it so easy. Right, let's see who else is next.
Hello?
Kylie, can you give us your age and
Hi.
pronouns?
I am 18 and my pronouns are she, her. Can you add Dylan too? He's my friend.
Why?
We're giving our opinions together.
I don't think we should, because every time we do that, they screw us over. Remember?
Why is he gonna
That's up to you. It's your life.
He's my gay friend.
Mm.
Ew.
You don't like homophobic.
Oh, you're homo.
Disgusting. Now host is homophobic.
No, she said ooh because she tokenized her gay friend.
Imagine being
And that's
homophobic.
Stupid.
Tokenizing is gross.
Imagine being homophobic.
Nomad, you already showed that you're racist and ableist. Are you
Disgusting.
homophobic too?
It's disgusting.
How exactly am I homophobic?
Just gross. Ew.
Because she dropped her for tokenizing.
Disgust
That
me.
doesn't make her homophobic.
That's how you know she's talking out of her
disgusting.
unwashed ass.
Yeah, she probably doesn't even know what homophobic means.
Disgusting.
Oh, poor baby. Do you need a bottle?
Homophobics. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Ew.
Ew. Just
Ew. Go stick a dick in your mouth, Nomad.
so disgusting.
That's why she's up here.
Ew.
Ew. Poor baby.
Ew.
She's up here because she's a fucking fragile white motherfucker who identifies
Are
with
you
the
not
background so hardly.
This
Then
bitch
why
not
are
white
you up
right
here
now?
caping for white people,
Is this
dumbass?
bitch not? Is this bitch?
No.
Why are you up here caping for
No,
white
she's
people?
not.
And no, I'm not.
You are.
Go look at my baby pictures
Yes,
on my
you
profile
are.
and come back and tell me I'm white.
You're white.
Dare ya?
Accept
Go ahead.
it. You're
Go
white.
look. Go look.
I don't need to look. I
She doesn't
See,
even know what the five
that's what you
races
don't
are.
get, is white
Clearly
people like
see.
you.
Yeah.
White people like you talk out your ass all the fucking time without even knowing anything about nothing.
You're white. White.
I sure look white, yeah. At this point in my life, and I absolutely benefit from white privilege, just
No,
like
you
you do. Just
No,
like
you
you
don't.
do.
It's just a skin. Just a skin tone.
The only person
But
crying
you
up here
just
is
told me it was
Nomad.
so important. Remember? That's what you just told me. You said what? Remember?
When
Oh, convenient.
See, she's been crying so much she
Quote
doesn't
me.
even remember.
She doesn't even know what the fuck she's
Hey, quote-
saying.
quote what I said.
You're such a crybaby. I love it. I can't
Quote it.
wait. I can't wait to post the videos. Because all it does is make it to where you guys can't go into other spaces, because then people see you. They see you coming and they block you. So you can't go cause havoc in other spaces. So go ahead and put
Black
your
people
ass up
can't
some
be
more.
racist.
I join lots of people's lives. I'm very
I bet not.
very liked on this.
They probably just let you up because you do this kind of shit, which helps out the live. Not because they like you. How could anybody like somebody who behaves like you do?
Bruh,
I can
apparently you don't know
guarantee you
shit.
they do not like you. They
You
are
probably think
lying
the
to you.
dictionary is a source.
Just send yourself coins. You're
See, if you weren't too busy crying, you would have
dead.
seen someone in
What
the
are
chat
you
gift her.
talking about? I don't even have coins to
Dead.
send myself.
Lame ass.
I don't even have
Lame
any.
Lame
bitch.
ass.
I didn't even know I had coins. Who sent me coins?
You're gross.
Medusa.
Thank you, Medusa.
Disgusting.
You're just mad, poor baby, because now I got more coins than you, and you
Please
thought
don't
your
talk like
coins
that.
were so special.
You're making me
That is how you talk.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Good, then leave. You're obviously not that uncomfortable, or you wouldn't be here. See, the thing is, it's your phone. You can scroll out anytime. And all you're doing is bringing your racist ass friends in here.
Kick me at any
And
time.
all they're doing is engaging in the chat, which is
Nah, we're not going to do you that
their
favor. You can see
lives.
yourself out.
know anyone in the chat.
Because then when we kick you, then you're going to go crying elsewhere that we were bullying you. We kicked you. Go be a
All
victim
you and your
elsewhere.
racist friends are doing
These
is
people are my
helping
friends.
out So Melanated.
0% of the people in this
We
live.
know, you know 0%.
You know
We
nothing.
Of the people in this live.
Bringing down the curve for the whole country.
You guys,
You.
peanut butter. Congrats.
She just throws random words together.
I know, it's funny.
And those of you that were gifting her, keep at it.
Joey says, see, this is bullies. Like we're bullying her. Oh, poor baby.
So I have a question
He's
for the
one that
chat.
came in here.
Who is more fragile, YT men or YT women?
Black
Put your answer in the chat.
If she wants to talk, she can go start her own live that nobody will come to. That's why she has to go around and do this kind of behavior. Because she feels, see, this is the part that a lot of young women her age don't want to admit to.
bored.
Is women who behave like this, they do this because they feel so badly about themselves that this is the only way they can make themselves feel good.
I'm just
This
bored
is how they
today.
make themselves feel better because their lives are
I
so
don't need to feel
miserable.
better.
She's so
I
jealous.
love myself.
If you
I'm
go
proud of
look
who
at
I
her
am.
Hey, Long
profile,
Wang Silver, if you're
she's
actually
full of
black, I
shit.
think you got bigger problems.
I'm
You
proud of
can
who
tell
I
by
am.
looking at her profile, she's full of shit. She does not like herself. She does not love
I
herself.
love
And that is why she's up
love
here
who I
doing
am.
this. Because
Well, no
if
one
she
loves her
didn't love
either.
herself, she would never, ever stoop to these levels. Only insecure people do this.
Her
Period.
daddy doesn't love her either. You can tell.
Didn't your dad walk out?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Nah.
Where's the milk?
My dad raised me. What's your excuse?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No,
That's-
And what exactly did your dad do again? Huh?
no, he didn't.
This is projection
No,
all
Probably
day.
on welfare.
The fact she brought up her dad speaks to
The
the fact
irony.
that one of her
Yes,
biggest
yes,
insecurities
exactly.
speaks to the
You
fact
of
that's
all-
one of her biggest
You of all
insecurities
people,
because her daddy
Yeah,
wasn't
he of
there.
all people, because guess what,
Her daddy
Nomad?
wasn't there.
We're all in the medical field in my family. We're all doctors. What's your
Same.
excuse?
same. You're definitely not a doctor. How many years? How many years?
Just
Meds.
because I look young, you know, because of my melanin, doesn't mean I'm actually
I don't
that
even
young.
know what you look.
Because you're a dumbass.
You're a dumbass.
You're a
Oh, poor
dumbass.
baby.
You're fat. Literally
You're just
obese.
jealous. And it is
Obese.
fucking wild.
It's
It is
fucking
hysterical. Imagine being you.
You notice the
and behaving
gifting
like
stopped?
this. Imagine that.
city.
Imagine being you and behaving like this.
obese.
Your parents should be ashamed of you.
Hey, Nomad, stop projecting.
Aren't you obese?
No.
Can you spell
Yes,
obese?
the fuck you are. You're literally more just a ew.
Ew. Hey, Medusa, block Gavin.
I'm gonna
Or
screenshot
John.
it. I got the screenshot, and once you guys tell me he's blocked, we can mute him and get rid of it. Did you guys get him? Did it come across yet? Did they get him?
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna mute his stuff.
Do you know, if Nomad actually had impulse control, we would actually have more people up.
Right. But it's not fair to the other guests to let them up here and have Nomad
They wouldn't
action.
be able to speak.
Right. You know, that's why people need to take turns.
Oh,
and
do you see what Nomad just did?
No,
She's trying to get blocked.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
block
Report host for bullying.
it's not working.
don't
Why are you
let
trying to run
Report this
away?
live.
Why are you trying to run?
I'm
Hate
gonna
speech and
screenshot
bullying.
Why are
that.
you trying to run?
Hate
I'm gonna screenshot that so that when she goes to other lives and cries, we can show
She's trying
them.
to run.
Yeah.
And
She just
do you
wants
know
to-
what, Grammy? Let me just point this out. She's been calling me obese, but she admitted she doesn't know what I look like.
Right.
I can tell by the sound of your voice. Choking on your fat
And
rolls.
it's in all reality, it's projection because she's skinny as a stick and she wishes that she had some meat on her fucking bones. And she doesn't.
Period. Skinny queen.
Yeah, you're not a skinny queen. You're
It's only because you're on welfare you can't afford
skinny
to
like
eat.
a toothpick.
I'm rich.
Like a toothpick.
I'm rich.
You're not rich.
Yeah.
No, you're not rich
I'm
at all.
rich.
No, you can tell by
That's
looking
why
at
you're
your
up here
profile that it's
caping
all
for
fake.
coins.
Imagine.
It's all fake. You
I
can tell.
don't even.
Her mom's a 304.
It's it's aesthetic that you're trying to create. It's not your real life.
Do you want to see my house?
Nobody gives a fuck
on
about
my-
We don't
your
want to see your
parents'
shack.
Turn on my
house.
camera right now.
Your parents' house
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
live engaged.
I
Oh,
don't
God,
care.
poor
Your
person.
future husband or future ex-husband's house is not your house.
My rich daddy.
I highly doubt it.
My
I've
rich
seen your
daddy.
pictures. I highly doubt it.
Isn't he also your cousin?
My camera for you guys.
We can't let anybody else join because she can't act appropriate.
Exactly, Sodi.
So when you guys tell her to stop acting foolish, and when you quit encouraging her to continue to do this, and you tell her the truth about her fucking behavior, then we can let other people join. But right now, she thinks her behavior is okay. And we all know that it's not.
And she's proving us right.
Why not kick her?
Because she wants
that's
us to
what
kick
she
her
wants.
so that she can cry about it.
Right. That's what they do. These kids, these 20, 22-year-old kids. Oh, she's been reporting me. Oh. Womp womp. I'll be right back, friends. I'll be right back.
Proving the point. Joel, why are you so fragile?
That's crazy that she got banned.
She didn't get banned, and she has other accounts.
She did. She
So
did.
sorry,
She did.
you lost.
She did.
Boo, bitch.
She did not.
She did.
No, I
You
didn't.
tried and failed.
You did.
I dropped, so I did not get banned. I got a
You-
warning.
Ex-
They told me you were reporting me, so
I
I
didn't report anyone. I haven't reported anyone.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Well,
Or I wouldn't
No
have got
mad.
the warning
genuinely, I'm serious.
saying I was being
really have it.
reported.
Nomad is like repping white women right now. Poorly.
I just
Very
Love-
poorly.
I just love who I am. I think everybody should love.
We do love
You clearly
ourselves.
don't love who you are.
You're the one who doesn't love
for other
yourself. That's why
You
you're
guys
up here doing this.
I
Honey,
just
do you not understand that if you loved
love-
yourself, you would not have to do this?
stand up for others.
If you loved yourself, you would not have to behave this way.
Aaron, why are you so concerned about me?
I'm gonna drop so that you can bring him up. Anyway, love yourself.
Fuck off.
Go shower.
Just love who you are.
Wash your
Go
legs.
shower.
Everybody should just love who they are.
And that
And wash your
greasy
hair too.
F1's in the chat, please. F1's because she has been reporting. F1, F1. Hashtag TikTok shop. Shout out to the ice maker, the tights, the cool hanger things I saw, and the neat shoe boxes. TikTok shop, you rock. Yeah, if you're coming up, be prepared to mute until it's your turn. And please do not overtalk because it can get the live banned. You know, we don't want to have to mute people, but we will when we need to. So if you're disrespectful, you're going to get muted. If you come up here hot like she did, you're going to get muted because we want to be able to have this conversation, and we cannot do that if people are acting like children. Again, F1's in the chat, and we are only at 1.8k likes. There's 52 people in here. It is 12:57. We need to be to 5,000 likes by a quarter after. Fuck that. We need to be to 6,000 likes by a quarter after.
And if we're not, the comments are going off.
And I may not remember, but so Melanated will.
Ethan,
Yo, what's good?
give us your age and pronouns.
I'm 18. He, him.
Are you white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
All right, hold tight for a second.
Just
Um,
making sure.
Right, Sodi,
I'm
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
mute you, Ethan.
can you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
45 white, he, him.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Sodi.
Right, so what are your thoughts on the background?
Ethan, you want to go first?
All right, go ahead, Ethan.
Thank you both for being cooperative.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Ethan, what are your thoughts on the background?
All right, wait. By YT? Like, what do you mean by that? I'm just wondering.
Sound it out.
YT. White.
There
Yes.
you go. It's
Alright.
shorthand. It's just shorthand is all it is. Because when certain people, specifically black people, have the word white in their background, it or when they say the word white, people tend to say that they're harassing them or whatever, and the algorithm will kind of flag it. So it's just shorthand to keep, lives under control and keep people from getting their lives taken down. That's it.
Okay. But I
It's
can still like,
literally-
say the word, right?
It's literally, but just so you know, it is literally
you can.
it is secretarial shorthand. Like back in the day, like when you'd take the secretarial classes and, they would dictate notes to the secretary and they would write them down in like the 2-column notebook. Like it's literal shorthand.
Okay.
People will try to say otherwise, but that's the truth.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think white men are fragile. That's like low key kind of racist in my opinion. Saying like every single white man is fragile. Yeah, I'd like to hear why you think white men are fragile.
To me,
Sorry.
well, yeah, so all men are fragile, but white men in particular, because of the way that this country was built, they've actually been conditioned. And my personal opinion, I think that white women are also fragile, as you can see. But I wanted to talk about white men being fragile.
Are you okay? Are you saying, as you could see, because the one nomad girl who came up, her?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're saying one experience dictates every
Yeah, but
single
that's not.
outcome?
Well, first of
No,
all,
that's not the only experience.
yeah, that's not the only experience. But I want to ask you something really quick.
Yeah.
So you said you felt like this statement was kind of racist.
Yeah.
What's your understanding of racism?
Basically just, or not. Okay, I'm gonna restate my words. More stereotypical than racism, because racism is discriminating against a race, but more stereotypical.
Stereotypical, yes, but just so that you're aware, okay? White people don't experience racism. They can experience, discrimination, but, and bullying and, other things like that, but not racism.
Okay, can you define racism?
Well, I'm going to explain things to you is what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to give you a definition for a reason, okay? Because one, the dictionary is not the appropriate place to go for these definitions. And that's where people always want to go. The dictionary is just a, culmination of words that people use thrown into a book and the basic definitions that people are using when they're using said words. All right. The actual definitions that we use in these conversations come from academic arenas, sociology, psychology, things like that. Okay. In my social class, for example, I would have students memorize the definition out of the book, obviously, because, I always use the test banks from the book. So that's going to be the definition that they're going to have in there for one. But I also have them memorize additional definitions, because in reality, memorizing and regurgitating definitions don't help you. What helps you is having an understanding of the concept. And so race is a system, it's a hierarchy in place in this country. And that's pretty much what this country runs on, right? And in this country, based on that hierarchy, white people sit at the top. And there's no one above them. I have the picture, hang on. There's no one above them on the hierarchy. Hang on, I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. There's no one above them on the hierarchy to oppress them, to push down on them, not based on race, okay? And we're talking only about race. We're not talking about class. We're not talking about anything else, just race. And there is no one on the pyramid above white people. Oh, I gotta find it a second time, to push down on them. And so they can't experience racism. They can only perpetuate racism. The other people on the hierarchy, though, they can experience racism. Why did it not go? It didn't save it. Oh, there it is behind me. I just can't see it because my head's in the way. Duh. Okay. Will you make me big?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't know if this is the one that's got the arrows. No, you can't see it. So on either side of this, there's arrows, right, that go up. And on one arrow, it says whiteness. And on the other arrow, it says acceptance. So in our country, the closer you are to white, the more acceptance you get. And I'm not saying that everybody agrees with this, right? Like, I'm not saying that we all think this is great, because that's not the case.
I
But
don't agree with that.
this is the reality, right? And so in this system, the people on top, they can push down on everybody. These people can only push against each other. They can't push down, not like white people can. So they can be anti-indigenous or anti-black or anti-Asian, but not racist, because that term is reserved for the people at the top. Does that make sense? So it's just called something different, right? We're all given the same messages, right? We've all been fed the same bullshit. We've all been indoctrinated with the same crap. It's just called something different, right? Because these people are the oppressors. They can oppress everybody. These people can't oppress each other. They can push on each other, but they can't oppress each other, not based on skin color. Because in America, you're either white or you're not, right? White people, they know white people and not white people. And the more not white you are, the less acceptance you get. That's just the way the country is. And I'm not saying that that we all like that, because that's not the case. Nobody likes it. But in order to change it, we first have to accept it.
All right, so how does that make white men fragile, though?
Because they're at the top. So they've had everything handed to them their entire lives, right? They get off on crimes that they shouldn't get off on. They don't get pulled over the way other demographics of people do. Just do you understand? Men in general are fragile, but when you take fragility and white privilege and put them together, then when you take male fragility and white privilege and put them together, you get fragile ass white men. You don't just have white people, you have fragile white men, which is like worse.
May I jump in?
Go for it.
Ethan, take a look at the comments section and everybody freaking out over 6 words. Just losing their goddamn minds. All it took was 6 words, and these guys they feel like somebody's threatened, they feel exposed, they feel vulnerable, they're foaming at the mouth to get into the live and talk and tell, melanated, probably all sorts of insults. They've been throwing insults around since she started this live. All because she asked a question. Why are white men so single? They are proving the point. Yeah, and I appreciate the academic discussion, and I appreciate you going to the trouble of, Grammy, of going through the hierarchy. Thank you for that. But the comment section has proven the point here, guys.
And I just want to
Go ahead.
I want to add one thing, right? So Autismo down in the comments keeps saying, "Let me up, let me up, let me up," right? From my experience and observation, anytime somebody asks, "Let me up, let me up, let me up," and when they're finally let up, do you know what they do?
Probably start hurling insults left and right, if I were to guess.
They drop the N-word repeatedly.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Guys, you can do better than this. You have to be able to live in a space where somebody has an opinion different than yours. Maybe somebody doesn't like you, and they're entitled to it, and that's okay. And the fact that you would flip out like this just because one person got up on TikTok and expressed an opinion that, you know, may make you feel a little icky inside, and to react this way is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's beneath you.
Why do y'all in the comments want the racial slurs?
Can I ask Grammy something?
Can't guarantee I'll have an answer or that I'll give you an answer, but you can ask. As long
Sure.
as it's offensive or out of line.
Sure. So earlier you said like like minorities are pulled over at higher rates than like white men. But I mean, wouldn't that be what you would expect if minorities are like breaking the law at higher rates than white men?
They're actually not. That's the
Not.
difference.
Well, we do have some
No,
research
they're
which
just
suggests they
over
are.
policed more.
So no, we do have some research which suggests that they are. I have research looking at the differences in speeding rates, the differences in seatbelt usage rates, the differences in texting while driving rates. We do have research on this, and they generally find that Black Americans are more likely to break those laws than white Americans are.
More likely to break laws or more likely to be prosecuted for the crimes?
No, to actually break the laws.
No, sir. It's more likely to be prosecuted for the crimes.
Correct.
You need to get your facts straight.
No.
No,
So for
you need to get your facts straight.
Sure. So are you going to let me speak?
No, you've been speaking, and you're wrong.
Yeah, so we actually have a study that actually looks like specifically it uses cameras, high quality photos to actually just track who's speeding relative to the rates at which they're actually just being pulled over by cops. And it finds that it's completely proportional. Black people are actually just speeding at higher rates than white people were literally caught on photos. Would you like me to like link you the study or reference it for you?
So you're calling speeding, like you're considering speeding a crime, like a crime. I know it's a crime, but
Wait, hang on a
you're
second.
trying to equate it to like.
A violent crime.
I never said a violent crime. What I specifically
But
said
that's
was
what
Jeremy said
people
that
hear, and
minorities.
your ass knows that.
No. I specifically
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
you about being pulled
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Stop it. Be fair. I asked you about being
Don't
pulled
tell
over
me
at
to
higher
stop
rates.
it. I think
Don't
you should
condescend
know
to her,
that is
dude.
not going to work.
Okay. So I specifically asked you about minorities being pulled over at higher rates. And then I said it's because we have evidence which suggests they're breaking the law at higher rates. You said no. I'm providing you evidence for that. So this is a study. It's called Testing the Racial Profiling Hypothesis for Seemingly Disparate Traffic Stops in the New York.
Do you want him giving out study information so melanated?
I don't want misinformation on my panel.
Well,
By the
I
way,
don't
this-
think
this-
there's
not
really
this
a
is really
good
germane. This is
point.
study from
But hang on a
2005.
second.
Especially.
So Jameson said that he wants to address this guy. So I want everybody else to mute.
So, I don't really think there's a point in bringing up trivial matters of illegal activity such as speeding. And I get you're saying, oh, Sodi's saying they're prosecuted more, and Beston is saying, no, if you look at the speeding cameras, they're not being prosecuted more. They're just speeding disproportionately. And you can't really look at the cameras 24/7 for all these incidents. What I will say is a lot more compelling is that 6.5% of the population are black males, yet they commit 55% of the unaliving and 33% of the grape. And there's nothing to reconcile that fact. It's, oh, we're not prosecuting white rapists. We're not prosecuting.
This has nothing to do with white fragility.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's hypocrisy.
This has nothing to do with why are white men so fragile. You guys want to talk about black crime rates. It has
But you
nothing to
can't.
do with
Wait,
it.
are you
has
Jewish?
nothing
Are
to
you
do
Jewish?
with the
You hate your own
prompt.
race? Are you Jewish?
It has nothing to do with the prompt.
Jewish isn't even a race.
My religion has nothing to do with the prompt. You insecure little beta males. Listen to yourself.
Are you Jewish, bro? Why do you hate white people so?
Listen to yourself.
No, we're not going to do that. We are
Why
not
do you
going to
hate
do
white
that.
people so
Muting
much?
everyone.
We're not doing that.
I would like to know why it is. Jameson, I'm going to ask a question and I want you to mute.
You're mid.
I keep muting myself. I would like to know why it is. Everybody always wants to talk about everything except for the fact that when you look at those crime stats that everybody likes to bring up and you scroll down them and you look at the percentages, what you're going to find if you really look is that white people top all of those categories. The 40 categories or so that the FBI collects crime stats on, white people top all except for like 3 categories. And one of those categories is so close in number that my guess is, and this is just a guess, without doing the test, but my guess is that if a statistical analysis were ran on it, it would show that there's not even a statistically significant difference. Okay? It would show that there's not even a difference. So they top all. Why do you keep unmuting?
I'm not talking.
I don't care. You've got background noise and you keep unmuting.
No, I
Mute
do not.
your mic.
Are you done?
No. Mute your mic and leave it muted.
All right.
White people top all but like 3 of those categories. All of them out of 40. There's 37 other categories that white people sit at the very top of. How come nobody ever wants to talk about those 37 categories or however many it is? That's my question. I'd like to know that answer, and I'd also like to know why it is white people can't talk about white people. Why do you always have to talk about other demographics?
So I guess you're asking why you have to talk about other demographics rhetorically, because I'm not white personally. I will say,
Right? And I'm asking
that-
everybody else because it's
All right, yeah.
something
That's why I
a lot of
said.
white people do.
That's why I said I guess you're asking that rhetorically. I would say that obviously white people top crimes such as rape, such as child SA, because they are simply 70% of the population, 67% of the population. Disproportionately, it is black and brown minorities committing these crimes. 55% of the unalivings committed by 6.5% of the population. And we can't blame this on socioeconomic factors and fake white supremacy, because guess what? 33%
White
of
supremacy?
33% are
Fake
systemic.
No,
You can't
no. So melanated, are you here?
you can't handle it. You can't blame socioeconomic
Are you
Yeah.
here?
factors for rape.
Yeah.
You cannot blame.
Do you want him to continue or
You're
not?
mad.
They are
It's a
proving her point
hypocrisy.
left and right.
Absolutely not.
Jewish too? Are you
don't.
Jewish?
What is that? Why do you keep asking it if people are Jewish?
And
What does
that
that
too.
have to
We
do?
don't do
too?
that.
What does
can't
that have to do with anything?
You can re-request, bud.
What the
Hey,
hell
Grammy?
was that?
I'll let you up.
Grammy,
Yep.
fill it with fire.
Okay. I gotta find him. I will as soon as I see him.
Relative to their population size. I don't know why he was asking you those other questions though. But what I was saying earlier was just to address what you were saying specifically about the driving thing. That's why I brought up that study earlier, or rather a few of those studies up earlier. So,
Why are you ignoring the original prompt?
I mean, I'm not necessarily ignoring it. She was
How
responding to
do
it.
driving statistics explain
It
why
was-
white men are so fragile?
And literally, it was just an example that I used. Like it was just one of a handful of examples. But yeah, I'm curious about Sodi's question.
Sure, and that example was like wrong. That's where, rather, there's an explanation for it, I guess I should say. So I was pointing out the explanation.
According to you and your 20-year-old research.
So I have multiple lines of research. Well, by the way, just because something is 20 years old doesn't mean that it's not research. Like what? You would have to
I
actually
wouldn't
go in
accept
and like.
it in my class. No, I
You,
would not accept
Oh
20-year-old
no,
research.
that would not be
well, that's completely
acceptable.
arbitrary. No one really cares what you would accept personally, right? If the
I
research is
don't
good,
know
then
a
the research
single
is good.
instructor that would accept 20-year-old research in their class.
He's right.
Yeah, I don't really care. This is what the research says.
Old research. And there's a reason that old research that's 20 years old would not be accepted, especially when there's newer research that would prove otherwise.
Somebody
Yeah,
asked why
no.
white men are so fragile, and your comeback is black people speed more. Okay, that makes a crap ton of sense.
So no, she was going over some white privileges examples, and I just refuted what she was saying. That's literally what happened. So I just wanted to correct her on that.
The privilege wasn't in the fact that they get away with speeding. It was in the fact that members of other communities are being targeted by the police. That was the point.
What are you talking about? Be specific. What do you mean by that?
Oh my God. This ain't a debate space, bro. Is that
We're
what you
having a
think you're here
discussion.
for, is a debate?
I mean, if you're going to say things which are wrong, then I'm going to correct you. So be
I'll
more
say
specific.
whatever the fuck I want.
And I'll
it's
correct
not
you if you're wrong.
It's not wrong that other communities besides white people are being targeted by the police.
What do you mean targeted? What does that mean?
You don't think racial
Did you not
profiling?
just see a
law
woman
enforcement?
be murdered?
So,
You
Sodi, what did you
didn't
ask
see
me?
that? You haven't seen that video?
So you're talking about an anecdotal case. I would refer to data and
No,
like
it's not an
science.
anecdotal case.
That
This has
absolutely
been
is an
going on for a
anecdotal
long
case. That's
time. It
literally
really
an anecdotal
isn't.
case. It's literally is. So Sodi actually said something about racial profiling, and now we can we can discuss that.
You can let him back up if you want, but I couldn't listen to his nasty voice anymore.
You can go ahead and bring the next guest up.
Sorry. Don't be mad at me, okay?
The
Jeremy,
anti-Semites are in full force. Look at those guys. Wow.
Grammy, can I say something?
Hang on and I'll get the chat. I think I might be the only mod in here, and I'm tired. I'm not doing the best. I'm trying to see who's been in here the longest. I think this guy's been in here a while. Make sure you mute your mic, okay? I'm going to bring up 2 people. Oh, I don't know why I keep muting myself. Let's see. What's the other name I seen in here earlier? I got a bad feeling about that one. We're going to do this one instead. Okay. I hit for 2 of them. Did we get anybody?
Yeah, you guys can take bullets and you can take a hit, but you can't take 6
Not coming up.
and y'all lose your damn minds.
Fragility.
I accepted 2, but it didn't pop them up for some reason. Would that be because they're not in the queue anymore?
They probably dropped or canceled their request.
It doesn't take them out?
If they're not coming up, just bring up the next 2.
Nothing? I did 2 more. I don't want them to all pop up at once. Okay, there's only 3 left, so. Anything? Oh, we got one. I muted you, Jake. Just because you had background noise. Hang on, I'm trying to get one more. Okay. Jake, you got bars, so I guess we're gonna move to Cookie Monster.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
How's it going, guys?
It's going. Can you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Yeah, my pronouns are he, him, and I am 19.
Race.
So, oh, my race? I am mostly German. I'm
No,
kind
that's
of.
not a race. So your race is.
Oh,
your
you're talking
race-
about. What are you talking about then?
Your race is what people see when they look at you.
Oh, yeah, so German, Irish.
No, you don't see German.
Yeah, you can see
just
that. You can
don't
see
know.
the characteristics, my
Okay,
hair
I'm gonna
color,
mute
my
you
eye.
now. I'm going to mute you now. You're either white, black, Asian, indigenous, or Pacific Islander. Those are the 5 races in the United States. Are you white, black, Asian, Native American, Pacific Islander?
I'm European. I'm white.
So you're white. Okay, very good.
I had a question. Are you Jewish, by the way? You're talking a lot about white people, so I just wanted to know, are you a Jew?
What is your problem?
Well, you just asked what I am. Can I ask what you are?
No, she asked what your race is. Jewish is not even a race.
Jewish
that's
is a
irrelevant.
race. That is a race.
No, it's not. It's an ethno-religion.
Ethno-religion. Are you Jewish? Yes or no? Is your mom Jewish?
This conversation is about race.
Yes, being Jewish
So
is
are
race.
you going
It is
to
not a
address-
race.
Yes, it comes up on a DNA test that you would be
No.
a Jew.
No one's race comes
Race
up
is
on
not
a
even
DNA test.
biological.
Nobody's
On
race
social
comes up on a
construct.
DNA test. Listen, sir.
Actually, because
No
blacks
one's
have different
race.
hair
No one's race comes up on a DNA test.
structure,
That's not what race is. Race is a social construct.
IQ,
It is a social construct, and it
skull
is based
shape.
on what people see when they look at you. That is what it is based on. As you said, you are white. We will
He's
go
got-
with white.
He's got
Did
some
you want
anti-Semitic
to
stuff in the
address
chat.
the
I don't know why he's
background?
here.
Did you want to address the background, or are we going to use your fragility as an example? So fragility, okay. So here's another example of the white male fragility that we're talking about. This right here, incapable of controlling themselves, incapable of having a productive conversation, overly emotional, throwing
You're a
mantra.
fucking Jew and we're gonna gas you.
This is the behavior. And, you know, because they're white man, you also got to throw in racist as fuck.
Fuck you.
That's what you've got to throw in.
We're gonna actually Holocaust you this time.
Racist as
You weren't lying,
fuck
melanated.
to go with those
You weren't lying.
We are going
fragile-ass
to Holocaust
fifis.
you for real this time.
Ooh,
It didn't happen, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna make sure it happens this time. We know you've been kicked out of 109 countries. We're gonna make it 110. Everyone already hates Israel and you Jews.
Are you done? Are you done? Goodbye, pussy.
You're a fucking bitch. Fuck you.
Yes,
Jew.
I am.
So is your
Don't
mom.
fucking forget it either. Hope you guys clipped it. Send it to me so we can post it.
Hello?
Well, if that ain't fragile, I don't know what is.
Right.
What the fuck is that?
You've got bars bad, Jake. And some background
Yeah,
noise that's coming.
it's pretty shit. I don't know what background noise could be coming through. I'm just
Well, we can hear
chilling.
you, though,
Can
even though you have
describe it
bars.
so I can see if I miss it?
I think it's, are you
Okay.
outside?
No, I'm in my room.
Oh. Okay, maybe not.
It might be like my fan or something. That's what it could be.
That could be. So, what brings you up? Did you actually wait? So, Melanated, do you have anything?
No.
Yeah, do you really want to follow that?
I didn't.
mean, for
Well, I
real.
just didn't know if she wanted, if there was anything. It's her live. They're live. Do you?
Right, who
I
was
think
it,
there's one
Jake?
more. Do you want?
Yeah, bring up one
Yeah,
more.
Jake. We need to get. So, Jake, what's your age, race, and pronouns?
20, and
20, he, him, and white. Is that what he said? I think that's what he said. Okay. Well, you're breaking up again.
Yeah, he is breaking up.
I feel like
great.
Jake. I feel like Jake has reverse bars. Because when he had bars, I could hear him, but now that he doesn't have bars, I can't hear him. Can you guys hear him?
No, I cannot hear him at all. He was when I could, he was cutting out pretty bad.
Wait, now we can hear him. Hang on, I'm gonna mute you, Hank. All right, try now, Jake. Nope. I mean, I can tell you're saying hello because I can tell you're saying hello, but we can't hear you.
Do you want to try taking it down and then back up?
If you want to try to re-request, you can later on. Oh, well, now we can hear you. See?
Let me try to change my network real quick.
Okay.
Is this any better?
You can.
No.
Yeah, that is better.
Okay.
Okay. So 20, he, him, and white. Hank, what are your age, race, pronouns? Hank. Is that what that says? Is Hank? Yeah. Hank, are you there? Yeah, age, race, and pronouns.
So if I had to go between the 5 categories of race you picked, I guess biracial, Asian, and white. At my ethnicity, I'm Arab and Caucasian, I guess. But
You said Asian and white. How do you present mostly? Like, what do most people see?
well, like I'm brown. Like I'm brown. I do want to say I got brought up on the other account and kicked off because I brought up statistics. You can't blame socioeconomic factors for grape because grape there's no socioeconomic benefit to. So like you just wanted to censor me. You wanted to censor Only Best. You wanted to censor Cookie Monster Gripper. Even though at least with him, Cookie Monster, he.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck is
What is
wrong
he
with
even
people?
talking about? See, again, so this is, male fragility, right? Men think they're owed something. Men think they can go where they want. They can do what they want. Someone says no and they want to do it anyway, they're going to do it anyway.
Hello.
And that's what you just saw here. They even said it. They were blocked on another account or dropped on another account. And because they had something they wanted to say, they're not going to respect the host's boundaries. And instead, they're just going to come up here on a different account and start going all ham or jackrabbity, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, facts.
Why are you so fragile?
Is it your turn? No, I'm going to mute you until it is. Thanks. Okay, so whose turn was it?
Was it Jake?
I think it was Jake. Because Ethan's been up here, right? Yeah. Jake, what do you got about the background?
Okay, so I kind of disagree with the idea of white men being fragile on the idea of it's not really like based on the factors of race and gender. It seems largely due to like personality types. Like the guys who you were citing as fragile, like all that like wackadoo shit that they were saying, that seems to be more like trolling and rage bait type stuff. It's either that or like genuine racism that I don't think equates to being a white man. That's just being a bad person. So kind of the idea of saying all white men are fragile or why are white men so fragile isn't really a productive idea, because it just kind of pisses like people who are fucking like edgy little
White men.
14-year-olds and stuff.
It pisses people who are white men off, is what you're saying. Right.
I mean, if you want to
You're
put it that way,
telling
yes.
us.
But
So what
you're
I'm
not-
hearing you say, I just want to make sure that I understand what I'm hearing. So essentially, what you're saying is that even though these men come in here and behave like we've seen them all do, because it's been a man every single time except for the first one. Okay. Even though they've come in here and behaved like this over and over and over and over, essentially what you're saying is that we're doing too much with this background and that we should be a little bit nicer and more considerate of their feelings and how being called fragile might make them feel. Right?
That's not at all what I'm saying. That's very disingenuous of you to phrase it that way.
That's exactly what I heard you say, though. You just
But
said
that isn't.
that we should be
Okay, if that is
nicer.
what I said, that's
And
not what I
that
meant.
is exactly what you said. I just want to make sure you know that that's what you are saying, right? That even though these men repeatedly, time after time, come in here and act like that, we should be nicer. That even
That's
though
not what I'm
men,
saying, though.
but even though men get told no and don't like it and do whatever they want anyway, we should be nicer. The host set a boundary. That man was dropped from their panel. He should never have came back up here.
Yeah, I entirely agree on that point. However, you're just completely kind of circumventing my point. It's not like
What
anyone
point?
else can't behave that way. You're just attributing like people being pissed off because they're being targeted.
No, we're not saying other people can't behave that way. No, does it say that there?
That's not what it's. I mean, obviously that's not what it says, but you're
No,
to an extent
it
implying
literally
that.
says,
just
why are
rhetorically.
white men so fragile? Why are they so fucking fragile? Why are they so fucking fragile? And don't tell me that they're not, because they're way more fragile than other men. White men are specifically exceptionally fragile.
So if I say all white women are
when you
fragile,
take
does
when
that,
you take male fragility and white privilege and put them together, you get white male fragility.
you do understand that that's can be applied to anybody, correct? Like you're just saying words
Did I
that are
not
technically
already
correct,
say
but
that, sir?
not really
I
making a point.
already said, sure, that could apply to anybody. All men are fragile. All of them. But white men are exceptionally fragile.
And how exactly?
I don't know
like,
what's not
determining that?
clear about that. You don't like the white
you're
part. That's where
determining-
your problem's at. You don't like the white
No.
part because that grinds
It's
your
not.
gears.
I genuinely don't care. Like
You must
I don't
identify
care
with
about
it
the
in
white
some
or the
way.
male part.
You
You're
must
just-
identify with it.
I mean,
or
I
you will
identify
not
with
be
it. Like that
here
is technically my
defending it.
race, and I am technically a man.
Sodi,
Yes,
are
ma'am.
you offended?
You
Are
understand?
you
You're
offended?
just
Oh, for God's sakes. Jake, go ahead and start acting like him. Sodi, are you offended by this background?
Nope.
Do you identify with this background?
Nope.
Do you recognize that you're fragile?
Do I recognize that I'm fragile? I'm not set off by this, so I'm not having a fragile
No, but I
reaction.
mean, no, I don't mean fragile regarding this, but I mean that as a man, men are
Yeah.
fragile in a way. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like, but it
And
doesn't have to.
exceptionally white men, or
It doesn't have.
especially
It
white
doesn't
men.
have to be a front. I mean, do I walk around every day? talking about it, is it a front burner issue? No, but do I
No.
acknowledge that it exists? Yes, and then I move on with my life.
Right.
I don't sit there steaming, in a chat somewhere, with steam coming out of my ears like Yosemite Sam, dying to get up here and tell somebody what's for. There is nothing wrong with accepting, your the good parts and bad parts about being a guy. There's a lot of perks to being a guy, and there's a lot of it that sucks. But you guys have got to be able to live in a space where if somebody has an opinion that kind of pisses you off a little bit, you guys blow it off. Just blow it off. There are plenty of people in this world that carry opinions, and they're full of it. They're full of shit. And you just have to let them be full of it if you don't agree with it. And it doesn't affect you. Somebody else having an opinion that may have to do with your race or your gender doesn't affect you personally. It doesn't affect your day-to-day life. And I can exist in a space where I can disagree with somebody and I can chill. It doesn't bother me.
Yes, sir. That's what's up.
Michael Myers.
Oh, wait a minute. I was going to ask Sodi this a minute ago. Do you mind? Do you mind?
Hang on
Melanie?
a second. I want to say something, and then you can. So Michael Myers. Speaking of fragility, you slid into Grammy's DMs because you were upset that you got muted in a live.
25.
You are the perfect example of being fragile. You sent her 25.
More than 25.
In the
There's
space
25
of 1
responses.
hour.
Right.
And we're still waiting for you to get your ass up here.
So Sodi, the other night, So Melanated had a live, and John was on the live. It was So Melanated's live, not John's.
Yeah.
And John was on the live, and this Michael guy came up on the live and was talking to John or whatever, and I don't forget what he was saying or whatever, but he was getting muted. I think he was over talking or maybe misinformation or something. I don't even remember. He was getting muted. So he was upset about getting muted. I think he had tokenized his friend, and so he was trying to be I think that's what it was. Maybe he had tokenized his friend, and so he was getting educated about being tokenized, among other things. Or not about being tokenized, but about tokenizing, among other things. And but he was getting muted, and he got all pissy about it. And so then the next night, I go into. Well, actually, I don't even think it was the next night. I think it was like at 4:00 in the morning or something, And I wake up and I go into Black is Beautiful's live, and he is on Black is Beautiful's panel, tokenizing his friend. Okay, and they spend a lot of time educating him, talking with him, really spending some time with him, and then her live ends. And he goes immediately, because not even 2 minutes later, I was looking for a new live to go to, and I seen that Knotless was live. So I went into Knotless's live, and there he is on Knotless's panel, doing the same shit, tokenizing the same friend, acting brand fucking new like he hadn't been educated. So I told Knotless, like he's already been educated. And I'm pretty sure they kicked him off the panel or whatever, and he got mad. Anyway, he starts sending me messages. And they're all in the Discord. I've sent them to the Discord. But he starts sending me messages, telling me I'm, whatever. I'd have to look here at the screenshots. But a bunch of nasty shit, like 3 or 4 messages. I respond. He sends me a couple more, and I respond. I'm like, I wasn't the one muting you. Like, quit bugging me, whatever. That goes back and forth a little bit, maybe 3-4 times. I think after the 4th, maybe 5th time or whatever, I'm finally like, leave me alone. Do not contact me anymore. Any further contact will be considered harassment. Accept my boundary. Do not contact me. If you continue to contact me, I will, report it to TikTok. I'll file reports anywhere and everywhere I can, whatever. Because at this point it's harassment, right? So this man, instead of not responding to me again, spends 24 hours nearly responding over and over and over. And every time I would respond with like, dude, leave me alone. What are you doing? Like, stop responding. Don't contact me. Why are leave me alone, whatever. So finally, after, what was it? I think like the 11th one or something, I started just copying and pasting the same message. So that goes on until it gets up to like number 20. 20 times that I've responded with, do not contact me again. You're harassing me. This is getting creepy. Any further contact will be considered harassment. And he then responds with, ha ha ha, some shit like that. I'm doing this for fun now, blah, 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 blah. And then because